Hey, what's up YouTube? This is GMac coming at you with another video. This one's a good one. Now, we making some money, getting a payout. I'm going to tell you all about it right here. Here we go. Um, I took one payout, that's the difference between these. This is where we're at. See, we've got the 10 days over here. And we'll scroll down so you can take a look at some stats here. Got 11 days complete, 10 out of 11 to the good. Um, I did have one day I about blew up, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I've journaled about it. I've just got to learn from it. But I do know more losing days are going to come. It's not always going to be 80, 90, 80, winning all the time. So I do acknowledge my faults, and I do know I have a long way to go and a lot of growing to do. So don't let the stats fool you. They do look, decent. I do have a hard time holding trades sometimes because I get to this, $200 mark, usually with one contract. 10 to 20 handles is what I'm looking for. And even though it can run longer, and I think it's going to go longer, I tend to, instead of taking a partial and set myself to break even, I just close up shop and lock myself out. I am guaranteeing some payouts that way, but I am hurting my risk to reward. So that's just me being honest, reflecting to you guys, letting you know that that's just where I'm at, and I'm okay with it, and I'm going to continue to use my data to make myself a more well-rounded and complete trader. Okay, and we'll look at these here, and you'll see the days I broke my rules, which would be here, and which would be here. And the Lord helped us get through all that. Alright. I did submit the payout already. I recorded a video and I saw my energy was so low. I was like, man, I know I just worked 12 hours today. We had a busy day, and but I got to bring a little more, to the table than that. It's probably why my sub count's so low. But I am going to be doing some videos. I'm going to be putting out some mechanical strategies that you can use. I'm going to show you how I trade, how I use ICT's PD arrays to look at price action and see what's going on. Because that's basically what I do, guys. It's just I know ICT's PD arrays, the ones that he's made available, and the ones that I have, become accustomed to, that I like, that I can pick out just like that, which is order blocks and fair value gaps. My favorite one is when there's a fair value gap made that takes buy side, and then immediately that fair value gap gets inverted. So we're having a smart money reversal. And then right after we invert that fair value gap, while making one, we come back out and we come back in that area and test it. Oh my goodness, that's a unicorn, because most time that's an order block in the making after we've made a fair value gap, and that's just that's just my cup of tea. But anyway, I did take a payout. It was $894.75. It's half of this. I haven't received it or anything. I just got, I just put it in. It just wasn't in this video because I was sounding pretty bad on the last one. But enough of that. This is I've got it pulled up since last month. I'm gonna go over it here. As you can see, it's different than Top Steps, so I'm not sure what the difference is, but it's a little different, but that's okay. I'm not really worried about it. So we scroll down here. This is why I like this platform. It just really tells you everything. I mean, it tells you everything, and you can journal on this. But I'm gonna go back to where I started. I started right before Christmas. Worst you could start out with, boom. But like the soldier we are, the very next trading day we got, we made it right. And that's all of December, so we'll go to January here. Sorry to scroll so fast. Well, I shouldn't have done that. Here I am messing up again. Boom. And this was non-farm payroll week. Well, I didn't non-farm payroll, if I could talk. I showed extreme discipline here. But what I did do was, this is when I got my second funded account. So but it took me 4 tries. So I've got 300 and I believe it's 345. I've got it wrote down. It's 49 times 4 plus 145. So yeah, it was 345. So on my second funded account, I'll show you where I'm at with that, but that's how much I got in it. This one I only got $247 in. So I'm doing really good. I already took one payout of 520, then I'm getting another one here almost 900. So the Lord is blessing right now. But this tells you everything down to the, every trade, every second, what you've been doing, all that good stuff. But this is my funded account number 2, 778.64. We've got two green days, 1 red day, which is okay. We started out terribly. I took a max loss the very first day, and that was painful. But I'll show you some trades that I took that got me out of the hole, as you can see. And then we got back on schedule. 3 days complete, 2. So just showing that I'm always going to be transparent with you, and I'm always going to show you this stuff. A lot of these jokers out here that got 100,000 subscribers never show you nothing. They just, fabricate it, make good videos, and I get it. I like watching them too, but I'm not going to be that way. If people's going to learn from me and watch me and tune into me, and eventually if I have a Discord when I start live streaming, or have a service, or be able to teach people, if that's the Lord's will in my life, I'm going to be able to show you the results. And even though these numbers aren't big, I'm very happy with the percentage gain, and I know if I can stack some accounts that this is going to turn into something very good. But enough of that. A couple trades that I did take was, most recently I wasn't going to trade the holiday, but my favorite setup is a fair value gap that gets inverted while making one, and we did that, and we disrespected this order block too, and I was like, okay, so we're going to go lower. And see, this is 11:30. I was in right here, right in this fair value gap. The wicks were doing the damage, but the bodies were telling me the story, and it was telling me that we was going down. And I was in this impulse at 12:15 that went down, and that don't look like a lot on this screen, but from 7:15 to 6:25, that's almost 100 points, and that's how I got my funded account 2 back on track. I was down 1,000 and I made 1,500, and that was it right there. And then the very next day on my funded account, or on both of them, I saw we would inverted this, and that this was not going to be an order block to go higher, and yeah, I was in, and I should have stayed in because it dropped ridiculous amount. But that's why I gotta start setting my take. I'm too scared sometimes trading. I gotta set my take profit at least to here. I mean, that'd have been 558. That would have been 100 points. I'd have been stacking some bread right there, boys. But you live and you learn. I'm not gonna worry about that. I journaled it, and that's all I'm gonna do. But on funded account number 2, $300. Funded account number 1, $280 some. That's how I secured my payout right there. Was just that little bitty trade right there. Just being patient, just waiting for my setup, just being like, okay, we have right here, we're at the high of Asia session at 7 o'clock. We have took the highs, we have displaced lower, we're disrespecting bullish PD arrays, we're making bearish PD arrays, we're respecting bearish PD arrays now. Okay, let's go short. And we did, and we got rewarded. I probably had my take profit on half of this wick in case I was using that wick as a discount array, but we went through it. So I still think we may come down here before we explode up, but maybe not the way it's looking. But I do think tomorrow being Thursday that we could come down here, retest these lows before exploding to the upside. Maybe not. Maybe we just come down or just keep going. Who knows? But what we said worked too, because we was on the daily, right? And we said even though we didn't have a bearish day, I outlined, or I thought that we would come down here in this area, in this day, in this inverted fair value gap right here, and we did right here. This is day. This is the holiday with Tuesday. We come all the way down in here before we exploded up. So we're not always right in our analysis, and when we're wrong, you know, I say I'm wrong, but we were right on this one. So that's how I kind of got biased for what's going on. I'll go to a 4-hour and see what's going on. And as you can see, right here, we inverted this. So I don't know if we'll come back down or not. I mean, we could, who knows, but now I'm thinking, you know, we're at least going to take out this high and then shoot, you know, for all-time highs by the end of the week. That's what we said. But ooh, all-time highs up here, yeah, make the screen bigger. But I know a lot of rambling, a lot of stuff going on, but I am going to get some mechanical strategies out there to you. I'm going to really work on my being more organized in these videos. I am going to start live streaming soon. I keep saying that, I'm just kind of afraid to do it. And I will put some stuff out there on how I trade. Like, I just need to know what you all want to know, because what you have to learn the fundamentals of ICT. You have to know what an order block is. You have to know what a fair value gap is. You have to know liquidity. And maybe I just need to just start making a bunch of videos on what I think is important and doing examples of them, because you know, that could save somebody a lot of time. And you know, I'm just wanting to grow this channel. I'm just excited about you know, God's blessing me in all areas of my life right now. So I'm just very thankful, very grateful, and I pray for you all, that you all have the same in your life. And if you're not, just know I didn't for a long time, but I've had faith. I knew it was coming, and I just put in the hard work. I kept my head down. I never swayed in faith. I always thanked Him. And when I got real down, I always taught, you know, have an attitude of gratitude. If you're really beating yourself up and really down, just look around. It's not as bad as what it, you know, what it was before. Maybe a few years ago, you were wishing to where you're at now, and you just, you know, you're just wanting to keep growing. And I get that. I've done the same thing. So just try to have an attitude of gratitude if you're in a bad way, and look around. You got a lot, you know, people that love you. Maybe you got kids. Maybe you got a beautiful wife or husband, or a good job, or, you know, just whatever. Your mom and dad, a brother or sister, or, you know, people at church, or just whatever. You know, there's something that we can be grateful for. So that usually pulls me out of a bad way. But I do appreciate you very much. We're going to grow and explode together. And until then, God bless you all, and good luck trading.